and that's gone.
There it is. Ace to win the set. It's caught. 20-10 touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Yes! Scores on a deflection. The Denver Huskies win their first state championship.
And here we are live. Beautiful night for baseball. Welcome to Champlin Park High School. And we have the top two teams in the Northwest Suburban Conference battling it out here tonight as Champlin Park is hosting Elk River. Elk River #1 in the conference by just a half a game, with Champlin Park closely following in second. Along with Joe Rulin, I'm Jim Erickson. Beautiful night for baseball. Game time temperature is going to be absolutely ideal and should be an outstanding game tonight here, Joe.
Well, it will. I talked to both the coaches before the game. The concern is how will these teams perform in these non-adverse weather conditions? It is gorgeous out here and a great setup here at Champlin Park, the Rebels confines and facility here, but I'm looking forward to the pitching bout that's ahead of us here. Is going for this Elk River squad will be Sam Stockman. Stockman, one of the best hurlers in the state of Minnesota. Meanwhile, let's get a look at the starting lineups. As you look at Logan Bunker starting off, he'll be the leadoff hitter in center field. Brett Grebner at shortstop. Then Owen Van Driel at third base, hitting third. Miles Hansen, number 14, hitting fourth. And he is hitting at second base, And then Sam Stockman, toeing the rubber, a pitcher, and hitting 5, a strong hitter as well. Andrew Palm catching, followed by Galante. He is playing left field. Stoltman in first base. And Leiden is the DH for Elk River.
And they will face Jack Loven, who takes the mound here tonight for the Champlin Park Rebels. And head coach Ryan Tome. Rebels coming in 5-2 overall, 5-1 in the conference. Elk River at 6-3, 6-2 in conference play. And the Elks will start it out here in the top of the first inning with junior center fielder Logan Bunker. Game time temperature 73 degrees. Technically, we are in Brooklyn Park as the red-clad Elks step up to the plate. Junior center fielder Logan Bunker, followed by Grebner and Van Driel. And the first pitch of the game misses ball one. First pitch, 7:02 here tonight on QCTV.
Elk River lineup comes in with a team batting average of .292 on the season. Explosive team, as you mentioned, 6-3, Jim.
2 balls and no strikes here to Bunker. Bunker hitting .242, 33 at bats, 8 hits, takes a strike here. And it's 2-1, no home runs, 6 runs batted in. Their leading hitter as well as their leading pitcher is Sam Stockman. Stockman batting in the number 5 spot tonight for the Elks. This one fouled to the right. That'll be towards the porta potty and out of play, 2-2. Stockman this season, .444 average, leads the team in that department in hits, in singles, in home runs, and in RBIs with 9. 2 balls, 2 strikes, leadoff man, swing and a miss. Loven got him waving at a pitch outside. On 2-2, and Bunker goes down swinging, 1 down.
Some might call that an outlier pitch. He got him to swing at the off-speed pitch, and first strikeout and the first out of the game in the books. Stepping in is Grebner.
Grebner bats .370, left-handed swinging shortstop, junior. This is a strong junior class here for the Elks. Their top 6 batters in their order are all juniors. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1 here to Grebner. .370, he has 10 hits on the season, 5 runs batted in. And the pitch to the lefty is low and in from Loven. 2 balls and no strikes. Center fielder Shorenstein pretty much straight away. Couple of steps towards right center.
What wind there is, it's blowing out to right.
2-0 pitch on the outside corner fastball. And it's 2-1. The Rebels coming off a pair of wins. 2 very good wins for them. 8-1 on Monday over Maple Grove and 8-2 over Osseo at Osseo on Tuesday. Very windy both of those days. This one fouled straight back. Evens it up at 2-2. The Elks, meanwhile, coming off a loss against Centennial, 10-4 on Tuesday. And that snapped a 5-game winning streak for the Elks. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, 1 down. And the Loven pitch, curveball, trying to sneak it in the back door, and it's 3-2.
You mentioned he's hitting .370 as Grebner. He comes in also with an on-base percentage of .500 as well.
Payoff pitch, 1 down, nobody on. It's in there for a called strike 3 at the letters. Grebner thought he was heading to first base on a walk, but instead he gets rung up. 2 down, 2 strikeouts here for Loven.
Yeah, 1 swing and punched out on the second.
Looks like they're going to get the high strike here tonight.
They are.
As we go to the number 3 spot in the order, Owen Van Drale, the junior third baseman here for the Elks. Van Drale, .320 average, takes strike 1. Bats .320, 8 hits and 25 at bats, 3 runs batted in. Good start here so far for Jack Loven, the senior right-hander. Comes over the top, and that breaking ball is low in the dirt, 1-2.
No, it's been consistent. His first pitch for every hitter here in the first has been an off-speed pitch.
1-1 is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. And the 1-1. Another breaking ball, that one across. Throwing that breaking ball for strikes here. Now it's 1-2.
Was that a breaking ball or a sweeper?
I don't know.
That's been the controversy, right?
Used,
this year going from a slider to a sweeper.
Yeah,
and
breaking
some of the,
ball, just, yeah.
Then how should we say, nameology of those pitches. But mostly right now he's pitching backwards.
2-2 up high. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, but he's throwing, leading off everything, a lot of off speed, and then trying to come with that fastball to catch him off speed a bit or off guard.
3-2 hit the other way off the end of the bat towards the bullpen and foul. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Elks have been good 2-strike hitters according to their first-year head coach, Josh Juntanen, who's been an assistant for several years under Ryan Holmgren. Josh Juntanen, also a former Elk River player, an Elk River grad. 2 down, nobody on. Payoff here, 3-2 coming. And it missed. Ball 4. Elk River has their first base runner on here in the first inning.
Well, that took some patience. That pitch did not miss by much after striking out the first 2 hitters. Loven has walked the number 3 hitter in Van Drale. That leads him to the number 4 hitter.
Cleanup hitter Miles Hansen, .391 average, 6 runs batted in. 9 hits on the season, 23 at bats. Takes a first pitch, strike 1. Last 10 meetings between these teams, Champlin Park has won 7, although Elk River has won the last 2 meetings, last year and the year before. Last year's score was 2-0 Elks. Loven the set, 1 strike low.
Yeah, in the Champlin Park loss, the 5-2 loss in 2021, Rocco was the losing pitcher in that matchup. Meanwhile, in the 2018 matchup, which Champlin Park won, it was Max Loven who was on the rubber.
1-1 pitch hit in the air to center. Pretty well hit. Shorenstein going back, still going back. It's over his head. All the way to the fence. Van Drale was going with 2 outs, so he'll score easily. It's a double for Miles Hansen, and Elk River on the board here in the top of the first, 1-0.
Well, it's a trend for him. That's his 5th double of the season. He leads the team in doubles and picks up an RBI as well. Laced well to a power alley in right center.
7th run batted into the season for Miles Hansen here in the Elks. So good 2-out hitting here. Got the walk, and then what do you want to do when you get the walk? Try to make those walks hurt the pitcher, and certainly Miles Hansen did that there, picking up his 7th run batted in.
And then he's, I don't want to say rewarded, but Sam Stockman, the top hitter on the team, now stepping up in the 5 spot.
Pitch hits the outside corner, 1 strike to Stockman, mentioned hitting .444, 12 hits in his 27 trips. A homer, 9 runs batted in. He got him on the inside, and that breaking ball in on the hand, swing and a miss over the top of it, and it's 0-2.
I'm sure I'm going to curse Stockman, but he's the only hitter on the team for Elk River that has not struck out this year.
And that one stays outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Do you think the umpire knows this?
Oh, I'm sure he's got you in his ear.
It's just like that pitch count thing for the catchers in MLB.
And Loven will stop off.
You can see Vandrell really, or Hansen rather, extending that lead by at least 2 or 3 steps to get that tertiary lead.
Here comes the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch on the ground on the curveball. Oxborough knocks it down at second. Does he have time? He does. He gets Stockman at first, and that retires the Elks in the top of the first. A run and a hit. The 2-out RBI double by Miles Hansen gets the Elks on the board, and they leave 1 on. 1/2 inning here at Champlin Park High School. Elks 1 and Champlin Park coming up.
Just got him. A close call, but it looked like they may see a bad hop just when he rotates to that left side. But a nice play by second for that out. So we had mentioned about Stockman, and he'll toe the rubber here tonight.
Yeah, Sam Stockman 1-1 on the season, 2.42 ERA, 17 1/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 9 runs, just 6 earned, 31 strikeouts and 6 walks. So he's been very efficient. We saw him last year, Joe, at Target Field. First ever regular season high school game at Target Field. That 1-0 Anoka win over Elk River for the Battle of the River Bell, which they've started between Elk River and Anoka, and Elk River just won that last week on Thursday, a week ago today, a 3-1 victory against the Anoka Tornadoes. That was played at Hales Field in Elk River. It was a 3-1 Elk River victory. So I got the new traveling trophy between those teams, just new in the last couple of years.
And then you got the Northwest Suburban standings here as we get to Rocky. You got Elk River on top there with a mark of 6-2. Then Champlin Park 5-1. Centennial at 5-2. Anoka 4-2, followed by Coon Rapids. They are hosting Andover tonight.
Elks have a couple of games in hand. As you can see, they played 8 conference games. Champlin Park has 6.
And when you break this down from a conference standpoint, Rogers will be tough for Elk River in their section as well, along with Blaine, and you see a few of the others. Champlin Park is getting a look here at the hitters. Brooks will be leading it off here, followed by Oxborough, Rocco in right field, and then Zahalka, followed by Oleg Mueller.
All right, here's Brooks now, the senior third baseman, .538 average, entering the game here with 5 runs batted in. 1-0 Elks, so Champlin Park to the plate here, down 1-0, and fouls that one towards the parking lot. 1 strike here to Brooks, Oxborough, and Rocco due up here with the Rebels.
Offensively, Champlin Park hitting .296 on the season.
Low and in, 1-1. We mentioned this when we saw the Rebels just a week ago when they were at Andover in that exciting back and forth, up and down, topsy-turvy 8-7. Andover come from behind win. And in that one, we commented on the nice off-white helmets that Champlin Park has. I think they're sharp.
I think you called them eggshell.
Yeah, here's a little looper down the right field line. Johnson on the run, the right fielder, and he's going to have to let it hit. Brooks will go for third. Here's the throw. It's high. And a double here for Justin Brooks going opposite field with a little blooper. And the leadoff man on here, bottom of the first for the Rebels.
Well, you know what? He led the same way off, except to a different location, a double on his leadoff at bat against Andover a week ago. And he finds a spot down the right field line. That's just a tremendous hitter this season. And I'll tell you, they'll follow it up here with Oxborough.
Stockman's the pitcher. Andrew Palm is behind the plate here tonight for the Elks. Van Drale, Grebner, Hansen, Stoltman around the infield left to right. Stoltman playing it on the grass, and smartly so because they're going to bunt. Stoltman will make the play. Lone play is at first, and he throws it away. That's going to score a run. That throw is down the line. Oxborough will be safe. Brooks comes in to score, and we're tied at 1.
And we have discussed it last week, but I tell you, the power of that, sometimes that bunt, it forces teams sometimes with those bunts to be able to do something that they don't see as frequently, and a different behavior, and that time it was up the line.
Yeah.
Scoring was Brooks.
That'll go as a bunt, but then the air, so a sacrifice technically for Oxborough, so he doesn't get credited for a at-bat. And then the air allows Brooks to come around to score from second. 1-1 score with Rocco, the senior right fielder. Right-handed batter hitting .423. Toss over to first. Stoltman holding there with Oxborough.
Rocco just punishes the ball. Sees it so well. Left-handed hitter with some quick hands.
And he'll take a strike here. Stockman delivers. 1 strike, 1 ball, 1 strike here, the count to Rocco with Zahalka on deck.
Stockman is just a joy to watch.
Lefty versus lefty, and he's got some real tight spin and break on that breaking ball.
A hard spinner that time. You'll see him release different arm slots. He'll drop down sometimes with that breaking pitch as well.
1-2 delivery. That was a little bit more of a sidearm, 3/4, and on the inside part, he swings and misses. He jammed Rocco. Very defensive swing there. Rocco down swinging, 1 down.
Yeah, that was like a 3/4 fastball as you get a look, and it just runs right inside. Quick look at the defense bunker at center. Galante in left. This, of course, for Elk River. Johnson in right. Grubner at short. Van Drell at third. Hansen at second. Stoltman at first. Palm is behind the dish, and Stockman on the mound.
Zahalka here this season, .238 average in that number 4 spot. Couple of runs batted in. He's got a runner at first. Swings and misses there. Thing about Stockman is he really changes speeds. He keeps batters off balance the times that we've seen him. As he delivers here to Zahalka, that one got away from him.
He's got an excellent move. The first.
2 balls and 1 strike to Zahalka. Oligmuller is the on-deck hitter. Lights are on. We don't need him quite yet. Stockman, a lefty with that sidearm sling over to first. They're keeping an eye on Oxborough.
And with Stockman, he throws each pitch so well, so you can't.
2-1 to second. Hansen out there. Relay to first. Out there. A 4-6-3 double play ends the inning for Elk River. Champlin Park here on their home field. They get on the board to tie the game. They get a run and a hit and an error. And then the double play, they don't leave anybody on. We played 1 here from Champlin Park High School. Top 2 teams in the Northwest Suburban Conference, and we're tied at 1.
One of the deadliest.
Here we go to the top of the second inning. A beautiful night here tonight. Game time temperature, what did we say it was? 72, 73, 73 at 7:01 was first pitch temp here tonight. After a couple of windy days earlier this week, it'll be the Elks in the top of the second inning with Palm, Galante, and Stoltman. 6, 7, and 8 in a 1-1 game.
That it is. You know what? You kept that temperature moving up. I was going to say I'm going to sell at 76. It is, but it's been gorgeous, and what a great venue here tonight from Champlin Park. And this press box is, we get a look here at Palms, the catcher.
What are we in our second year of having this press box? Is this the second full season?
I believe you are correct.
I know they were, they put in the backstop a year or 2 before with the cement foundation and everything to be able to support the beautiful grandstand and press box here at Champlin Park High School. 1 ball the count here to Palm, the catcher. And he hits this one pretty well to left. Carlson back, as is the center fielder Sorensen. This is over their heads. That'll bounce to the fence all the way to the track. Palm will stop at second. with a leadoff double. Andrew Palm with a well-hit ball to the gap in left center. And leadoff man on here.
Palm came in that at bat hitting just 185, but crushed that one to the power alley and left center.
That'll bring up Galante, 217 hitter, 5 hits, 23 at bats, 4 runs batted in, and a chance here for the Elks to reclaim the lead. A lot of times you'll see a courtesy runner for the catcher, not here for Palm. They did give him one of the oven mitts, protective glove. Boy, you see a lot of guys wearing that now.
Yeah.
You know, back in the old days, it would be Gary Gaetti, and he would just put his batting gloves in his hand, and he would hold on to him and clench his fist so he wouldn't hurt his wrist sliding into the bag. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that got me thinking the other day when I saw these guys in the Twins game doing it, did we have that many wrist injuries in baseball? Was it an epidemic of wrist injuries? I know it happened every now and then, but I guess
absolutely.
It's preventative measures. 1 ball, 1 strike, and just missed 2 and 1.
I wonder if Kent Herbeck would have ever worn a hamburger helper glove like that.
I think he would have, yeah. Hamburger helper, let her make a great meal. Yeah, it was good stuff. Cheeseburger macaroni was the best. Pitch is down low here, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. I never did the lasagna, wasn't very good. But I tell you what, cheeseburger macaroni, that is still gold. It was gold in my house. I think we had it twice a week. We grew up on a beef farm, so we had plenty of ground beef, and something had to go with it. And time will be called here.
I was not aware you and Dwight Schrute had that commonality of that beet farm.
Beet farm or beef farm?
What did you say? I thought you said a
beef.
beet.
No, I don't live in Moorhead or Fargo. That's where the beets are, up there. 3 balls, 1 strike over the top pitch, and it's a strike. That'll fill the count here, 3-2 to Carter Galante.
Galante, you could tell, was waiting on his pitch, but it was an off speed, so at 3-1, let's see if he can dial it up here.
Palm's the runner at second after the leadoff double. Little hopper to the right side. Backing up to play it is the first baseman, Oleg Buehler. And textbook play with Loven covering, but that advances the runner 90 feet away. 1 down basically serves as a sacrifice bunt.
Yep, and you could tell he was trying to open up that stance, get it to that right side of the infield. Nice play, too, by Loven. Underestimated play by pitchers to make that run down the baseline, catch it, and get that foot down. So 1 away, runner at third.
Stoltman at 214 coming in. 4 runs batted in, 3 hits, 14 at bats. First pitch is a ball to him, batting in the number 8 spot. 3 seniors in this lineup, and their top 6 hitters all juniors. Stoltman bounce to short. This is going to score the run. It'll be cut off by Brooks. He'll have to go to first across the diamond. 2 down, but the Elks reclaim the lead. We'll give him an RBI in that ground out, getting the run in from third. 2-1 Elks.
Yep, that Sunday hop. Able to make the play at third, but that large hop gave it some time to close in and score the run there for Palm.
Stoltman's 5th run batted in here. 2-1 Elks. Number 9 hitter, Lucas Delyden. Senior designated hitter. Bounces it off the plate. High Baltimore chop. Grabbed by Loven. Nicely played off the mound as he was backpedaling. And he throws out Delyden. And the Elks are out here in the top of the 2nd inning. But they regain the lead on a run and a hit. And they don't leave anybody on. We played 1.5. Bottom of the 2nd we go. 2-1 Elks.
Have it there, and Stockman will get a chance to get reset and back to that mound. We had talked about his pitching and his release points and his extensions as you get a look at a lot of the fans here tonight as well. But sounds like Stockman is committed to play baseball at the University of Utah, but that's not even going to be next year.
I wonder what kind of baseball, what kind of baseball program Utah has. You don't, guess I don't follow college baseball too closely. I follow the Gophers and also my wife's alma mater, Mississippi State, who won a national championship not too many years ago, maybe 2019.
Right.
But other than that, I don't know where Utah sits in the world of Division I baseball.
Well, I know their gymnastics program. I think they have a member from Cambridge Isanti also, but a strong gymnastics program, but we'll see. that rolls out. But Stockman himself is, gosh, what a reward if you're a program and you have him committed. But today, in the day and age of portal and everything else, the code word I think for portal is pivot, as different opportunities arise. But last year when we had a chance to cover him at Target Field, there were some talks that
Pivot.
you would
For some teams, it's panic. Some coaches panic because of the portal.
Yes.
Yes. Because
for the players,
it's more
pivot,
for
right?
the haves and the have-nots. It just accentuates, and then you've got the NIL. I mean, that just compounds it even more. Hey, come here, and you can do a commercial for Ford and get $100,000. So yeah, the last couple of years, college athletics, the playing field has changed immensely as we go here to the bottom of the second. Kellen Oligmuller will lead it off the end of the bat, a slicing ball into center field, and it lands for a hit. Second hit of the game for the Rebels, and they've got the tying run on here in the bottom of the second inning to lead it off. And now here's Ryan Oberstar.
Oberstar comes in hitting 136, 3 RBIs. Gets his first look tonight at Sam. And let's see, Stockman.
He lays down the bunt, but it will roll foul.
Stockman on the season. He's coming into this. I want to say that he had 51 strikeouts. Want to make sure I have it there. And then just
31.
31.
31 strikeouts, 6 walks.
And, yeah, you see a lot of
another one
bounce,
foul.
But a tough pitch. Just a lot of spin. Now we go up 0-2. And this time you'll probably be swinging away.
No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out. Stockman sets to the belt, and it's at the knees. 3-pitch strikeout. Oberstar down looking. Second strikeout of the game for Sam Stockman. 1 down for Brady Shorenstein.
Shorenstein steps in with an average of 3, 12, and 7 RBIs. The center fielder.
Shorenstein here takes high, ball 1. Shorenstein has a home run to go with those 5 runs batted in. And he hit him. So another runner on here, 2 on with 1 out. Shorenstein couldn't get out of the way of that. Looks to be okay. Got dinged a little. And that'll bring up Nick Carlson, the sophomore left fielder. 333 average. 3 runs batted in.
Number 8 hitter. Getting a look here. And
Stockman with the big leg kick. Up with that set, and he goes and delivers a strike.
I've got a great angle. I'm right behind home plate. Love this press box. I like to see that movement.
Playing behind the runner at first is the first baseman, Stoltman. Breaking ball that misses inside. Good eye by Carlson. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 down.
Outfield pretty much straight away.
Another one inside. 2-1.
Yep, been working the inside part of that plate. Let's see if he comes back with a fastball here on the outside.
He did. That one had a little tail on it. Bouncer to Grebner at short. Second over to first, and another double play. 2 innings and 2 inning-ending double plays here for Elk River. That was a nifty one. This one's 6-4-3. And Champlin Park threatened, but they do not score here in the bottom of the second. No runs. They got a hit, and they leave 2 on. We played 2 as we move to the third. 2-1 Elk River here on QCTV Sports.
One of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history at Post Nightclub in Orlando.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved. If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right seat.
Good close game here today as we move to the third inning. Nighttime baseball under the lights live on QCTV on our YouTube page as well. You can see just a light wind affecting the flag here out in right field just beyond the scoreboard. Rebels Field as we go to the third. In the top of the order for the Elks, Bunker, Grebner, and Van Drale. Bunker a strikeout victim to lead off the game against Jack Loven and takes outside here. Ball one. The dimensions here, 380 to straightaway center, 315 down the line and left, and 305 down the line and right. The 1-ball pitch fouled back, 1-1.
Couple of off-speed pitches. That one more around the plate, but Bunker fouls that off. As mentioned, his last at bat, he came in hitting 242. And 8 runs scored, 6 RBIs.
Josh Junton coaching down at third, the former assistant and Elk River grad inside 2-1, following Ryan Holmgren, who had been the head coach for 11 seasons here at Elk River. And he actually teaches here at Champlin Park. 2 balls and 1 strike to Bunker. Roller to the third baseman Brooks, gobbles it up, tosses one down.
Nice play at third. Nice and clean. Picking it up and making that play. Jim, here's the key piece for me watching fielding itself, and you saw it from Brooks there. Everyone can field that ball around the knees, but it's how you can field that ball around your ankles, really. The soft hands, nice play there by Brooks.
And the older you get, it's harder because you can't bend down as easily. And that pitch is up and in, 1-0. Grebner, 370 average, 5 runs batted in, struck out looking back in the first. Coach Jutton said he's been playing a very good shortstop here for the Elks. Will bounce it again to the left side. Another chance for Brooks, this time on the short hop. Low throw, it's in the dirt. And Grebner will be safe, and it gets away from the first baseman, Oligmuller, and he'll stop at second base. So great play on the pick, but then may have just hurried the throw a little bit on the run. That'll be an error, and Grebner will end up at second base.
Yeah, cut the path, took the right angle, just to release a little bit.
Yep, short-armed it a little bit.
Kind of like Steve Thompson when it's time to pick up the tab, but we're going to get it going here.
He does get alligator arms, doesn't he, when that time comes? T-Rex arms. So here comes, with Grebner at second, Van Drale is the batter, number 3 hitter in this Elk River lineup, and he'll take strike one. Van Drale, a 320 hitter entering. 3 runs batted in, walked and scored the run back in the first. Oaks lead at 2-0 here. Run in the first, run in the second.
Trying to maybe look at some of signal changes or another way to transfer it with the runner at second base for Elk River.
I've never been out to dinner with Steve Thompson, so I guess I don't know from personal experience what his percentage is of picking up the check, but you must know.
Really off speed that time,
or was
and
it
just off the plate. But
or was it hypothetical?
Well, it's I'm assuming that's what happens because he's never asked me out to join him for any dinner.
No, so that might say more than just that.
Certainly as he's getting into his car, I extend an invite. He might not hear me half the time.
He might come here and beat you up. He doesn't live that far away from here. I'm
trying to entice him to get down here.
Yeah, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Grebner's at first and a 2-on Elk River lead. And this is, nice piece of hitting. Goes the other way, does Van Drale. And stopping at third is Grebner. Runners the corners, 1 down for the Elks in the top of the third.
Well, I got to tell you, he was waiting on the pitch. He had seen a similar curveball to that speed and that trajectory, almost like a 12-6 coming that way from Loven. So he saw the same pitch this time, just waited. Instead of jumping on it, stayed back, kept the hands back and drove it to right field. First and third now for Elk River.
Miles Hansen, who doubled in a run in the first. Big cut on the first offering by Loven. Swing and a miss, 1 strike. First and third, 1 down. Loven picking up his 7th run batted in with that RBI double back in the first inning for Hansen.
Yep. Hansen drove that thing to the gap.
Oh, that one's going to sneak past Helka, the catcher, and a run will score. There'll be a wild pitch in the dirt. Grebner will come in, 3-1. And that'll be an unearned run, 3-1 Elks. Moving up to second, Van Drale.
And that's a piece when you get runners on base, and kind of change the behavior of that pitcher. They've got to kind of change how they release, keeping an eye on the runners, a few other things on their mind.
Hansen 10 for 24 on the season after his hit in the first inning. 1-1 pitch here is up and away. 2-1.
Yeah, and you're seeing these hitters now. The second look tonight.
Stockman on deck. Runner at second. Van Drale pulled foul towards the Champlin Park dugout. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Elks and Rebels, I mentioned Elk River has won the last 2 meetings. Champlin Park had a 7-game winning streak in this series, going back from 2014 to 2019. And time is called at the plate.
You want to get the count accurate. Loven now sits in, as I mentioned, the second look for these Elk River hitters at Loven here tonight.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball popped up right side out of play.
That time got the hands below the ball. And you see that time and time again. Hey, hands to the ball, hands to the top of the ball. And when that curveball comes, sometimes you just get ready for it and you drop your hands, you don't even know it. And fortunate, a chance here for Hansen. Live to play another pitch.
2-2. Look at second, the Loven pitch again, fouled back this time to the screen.
Tried to bring some juice with that pitch. A fastball down low. Just got a swing and a bat on it, so you'll get another look at a pitch. Just 1 out, runner on second for Elk River, 1 run across already.
A year ago, the Elks were 12-12. Fouled back again, 2-2. Both of these teams were at 500 or below. Champlin Park last year finished 9-16. Elk River was 1 win ahead of Champlin Park in the conference standings. Elks 5-8 last year in the Northwest Suburban. Champlin Park 4-8. Still the set, and the Loven pitch hit well down the left field line, and that will be down for a hit between the fielder and the left field line. Carlson over to grab it. It's another run in here for the Elks. Second run of the inning. They've scored at least 1 here each of the first 3 innings, and it's 4-1 as Hansen is second RBI of the game.
And 8 now on the year for the .391 hitter Hansen, and now they step into the box with Sam Stockman, but I think we're going to get a visit from one of the coaches to the pitching mound.
Yep, a Champlin Park visit to the mound. Of course, head coach for Champlin Park, Ryan Tome, in his 3rd year. He was hired before the 2020 season to come in and take over, and of course had to wait until 2021 until he could coach the team, with the 2020 spring season being wiped out due to COVID-19. And he's done a nice job here.
Elk River puts up the first crooked number of the game with a 2 spot already here in the 3rd, and looking to do some more damage with just 1 out. Having a chat with Loven, and you know that was the case with Hansen. He just fouled back many pitches, and he fouled back a couple of those breaking pitches. And hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day. He saw that pitch enough, saw that speed, the spin, and just held his hands back a little longer and took it down the third base line for an RBI single for Hansen.
So all this with 1 out here in the 3rd inning for the Elks. Grebner reached on an air, went to second, advanced to third, and then came in on the wild pitch. Van Drale with the single, or a double, excuse me, and then Miles Hansen with the single scoring him. As the batter here for the Elks is Sam Stockman, who grounded to second. 0 for 1 here this evening.
Rebels have someone warming up in the bullpen. Can't quite get the number just yet.
1 ball, no strikes. Busted him inside on a breaking ball low and in. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
As you mentioned, Jim, earlier, it is Stockman who is the leading hitter on the squad, coming in hitting .441. Grounded out to first his first time out, but leads the team with 9 RBIs as well.
Pitch low, past Zahulka, back to the backstop. And Hansen will advance. He's in scoring position.
Not quite sure, what is transpiring with the catcher. That time, a pass ball. It snuck underneath his mitt.
One of those ones where the pitch just not where he's expecting it to be.
Mm-hmm.
You get changed up a little bit. In the air, left side of the infield, Brooks, Theraldson. It'll be the shortstop Theraldson who will make the catch in shallow left field, just off the infield dirt. 2 down, big out there for Loven.
Huge out. You got the top hitter who has yet to reach base for Elk River, even though they are up 4-1 for the Elks. And now Palms, who doubled his last time up.
Andrew Palm, the junior catcher, steps in looking for a 2-out base hit to extend the lead, and he does just that. Through the hole into left field. Hansen will round third. Relay from Carlson's going to be up the line. And advancing to second is Palm. It's an RBI base hit for Andrew Palm. Give him an RBI. It's a 3-run inning, and the Elks have a 5-1 lead.
Yep, ICN singled that time for Palms, although he hit that ball on the screws.
That run will be unearned.
And, he just kept his hands back before he started the load on that swing.
Palm's second run bat into the season, so an RBI single. He advances to second on the throw. And now Carter Galante will take high. Ball 1, the 2-out base runner, senior left fielder. He tapped out to first base back in the second inning. Good first baseman to pitcher with the pitcher covering. And there's a ball across, 1 ball and 1 strike. They work on that a lot. First baseman, then pitcher covering. It just doesn't happen that much in a game, and you don't play a lot of games.
Correct.
So it executed in the game is always a good thing. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Stoltman would bat. If Galante can get on, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, it's so difficult because as a pitcher, you feel like you're competing with that runner to get near that first base line, and they always say, hey, get to the line and run up the line. And you're trusting the throw is going to be in stride.
2-1 towards short, and that's going to hit the runner. He's going to be out. So Palm was at second base, and he thought he had timed it because he stopped to let it try and go past him, but he mistimed it, and he got hit. So that ends up being a put out for the shortstop. And Galante fielder's choice. Palm is out for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the damage here for the Elks in the 3rd. 2 runs on 3 hits. 3 runs on 3 hits. There was the 1 error and 1 left on. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd, we played 2.5. And after the 3-run inning, it's 5-1 Elk River.
Well, I was wondering if they're going to allow Loven to finish throwing to the 8 and 9 hitters, if that was the case. But meanwhile, it was, as you mentioned, a fielder's choice for Gallant. And a bat there and runner interference. And so it's ruled a shortstop put out. So now Stockman has a 4-run lead to work with, bottom of the 3rd.
Current weather right now, 73 degrees here in Brooklyn Park. Wind just a little bit over 10 miles an hour, sustained out of the northeast. Very dry conditions, humidity just 22%. Variably cloudy skies, thin, wispy cirrus cloud here over the northwest suburban area here, the Twin Cities Metro. And it's been a beautiful night for baseball. And so far, Elk River a 5-1 lead, and some work for Champlin Park to do as we move to the bottom of the 3rd.
I like that description, wispy. That's
the
kinda
only
what it
word
is.
the only word I could come up with. And that
I
might be
liked
the
it.
clouds might be the only thing you would use the term wispy for. Maybe a lemon meringue pie. Maybe you could
Ooh, now
describe
that's hitting.
maybe you could describe the topping on a lemon meringue pie as wispy, that and clouds.
Did you get a lot of meringue
And my
pies on the
hair.
meat farm?
No, we had a we had a lot of pumpkin pies.
See, Mars was banana cream pie, coconut.
We had
with that
we had rhubarb on the farms. We had a lot of raspberry, strawberry, rhubarb type pies as well. Thoroldson, the shortstop, leads it off. Bottom of the third, as we mentioned, the Rebels staring up at a 5-1 deficit on the scoreboard, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes here from Sam Stockman.
Stockman just kind of getting into that zone.
0-2. That just missed.
Walks
1
the
ball,
ladder.
2 strikes.
Yep, try to get him to get after one.
I think Sam thought he had the 3rd strike there. Now he works back 1-2. Backdoor curveball attempt stays outside. 2-2. Top of the order after this, Justin Brooks and Chase Oxborough for Champlin Park. 5-2 on the season, 5-1 in the conference. Fouled off to the right, and it'll stay here at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stockman was 1-1 entering the game here tonight with a 2.42 ERA. 17 1/3 innings pitched. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Got him on the high fastball. And Thoroldson down swinging. Strikeout number 3 for Stockman. He came in with 31 of those in his 17 1/3 innings pitched. And we go to the top of the order in Justin Brooks.
Yeah, they just flipped the lineup now to the Rebels. A chance to get another look here at Stockman.
Brooks doubled to lead off the game for the Rebels in the bottom of the first and came in to score an unearned run. That 1 run given up by Stockman was unearned. Hit the other way. Pretty well hit. Going back, and a nice catch by Johnson. Got turned around, then started backpedaling after he was able to kind of draw a bead on the ball, and he hung with it. And we have 2 down.
I have seen Brooks now hit in 2 games. Every time he hits the ball, he just scalds it. Just hits it on the screws.
Yeah,
and
that was a well-hit ball.
I thought that was going to beat the right fielder. Had the footwork down or just a little bit off.
They'll leave it up to Oxborough. Chase, part of a double play. Reach and an air back in the first inning. And looks at ball 1 here from Sam Stockman, the junior lefty, working quickly here. 1-0. Popped up in the infield. Hansen, the second baseman, has it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. The first one of the night for either team. Rebels go down in order. We will go to the 4th. We played 3 here at Champlin Park High School. 5-1 Elk River on QCTV Sports.
Said I'm fine.
Since I was little, it was only like me and my parents. You think you created family out of characters? Yeah, of course. I'm gonna take that, make it into a song.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at on the way? In my head, in my head, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Pop.
You can talk to me.
It's been really, really hard for me.
Again, doesn't he?
Elks bat, top of the 4th inning as they lead it here 5-1 along with Joe Rulin. I'm Jim Erickson. Season starting to get away from us here. Not much left. Following tonight's game, Champlin Park. They play tomorrow. They host Ricori. Saturday they're at Sartell, which is a section opponent for Elk River. Sartell is one of the teams that'll vie for the Section 8 championship along with the Elks. The Elks have a strong enough team along with Rogers, St. Michael, Albertville. Hearing good things about Moorhead. Bemidji is always a contender in Section 8. And then for Elk River after tonight, they go to St. Cloud. They've got a little thing going on at the St. Cloud Baseball Complex, the MAC Baseball Complex there at Dick Putz Field and Joe Faber Field. They'll play St. Cloud, Owatonna, and Little Falls Friday and Saturday. Saturday might be a little rainy, so it might be a struggle to get those games in. And here is Grant Stoltman to lead it off here for the Elks, leading it 5-1. And the first pitch from Jack Loven is strike one.
Well, that's a disappointing thing.
We got a new pitcher in there, don't we?
Yes. They have moved in. Let me get you a number.
It's number 26. And this one a little nubber towards the right side. It's going to have some spin on it. Oleg Mueller will get it over to first base for the out. That's Ryan Oberstar now pitching. So Oberstar has moved to the pitching spot here for the Rebels. Oberstar had been doing the DHing, so they took the DH. He had been DHing for the pitcher, so he's in that same spot. In there in relief for Loven with one down. Stoltman retired on that ground out. One down, and now Lucas Delyden, the number 9 hitter for the Elks. Delyden grounded out to the pitcher back in the second inning. He's 0 for 1, waves at that one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Getting a look here at Oberstar on the season. First time I've had a chance to see him.
Right-hander delivers. Good velocity there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Loven went 3 innings, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. Swing and a miss on 1-2. Delyden goes down swinging. And
nice crisp
here for Oberstar, a good start here. 2 up, 2 down, top of the order, and Logan Bunker. Bunker's a guy talking to Josh Junton. You know, he's coming in with a decent batting average, but it could be higher. He came into the game hitting .242. He's 0 for 2 tonight, but he's had like 5 atom balls here the last few games. Sharply hit, but right at guys, as he'll take a ball here 1-0.
That he has, and you know, an on-base percentage of his that's been pretty impressive this season as well. But
another strike there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Loven, 3 innings pitched, 5 runs, 3 earned, 5 hits, struck out 2, and he walked 1 in those 3 innings. He's the pitcher of record here, as the offering to Bunker is low. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Bunker leads the Elk River squad in stolen bases this season with 7.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. Oberstar doing a good job here in his first inning of relief, keeping the Elks off balance.
He is good mix, arm slot, release point, all from the same locations.
Ready to go. 2-2. And the batter Bunker takes low, fills the count at 3-2.
Well, let's see if Bunker is ready and juiced for a dead red fastball here.
Grebner would bat if Bunker gets on, fouled at the plate, and it continues at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I like that location. It came in, tailed in, coming in towards the knees, and it comes in towards those hands and locks you up, and you can't really put a quality swing on it.
3-2. Curveball, and he got him. Bunker swings over the top of that, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. 2 strikeouts here for Oberstar in relief of Loven. And we've had 1-2-3 innings here in the last 2 half innings, as the Elks go down 1-2-3 for the first time. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th here. Elks leading it 5-1.
Look, he just it was almost a frozen pizza look that time, as he froze him, finally put the swing to the ball, but just not enough. And hey, you're right, 3 up, 3 down, Wisconsin inning. You get in, you get out, and a chance here now for the Rebels to try to pick up some momentum.
Well, they got to figure out Sam Stockman. Stockman retired them in order in the 3rd inning, and the only run he has given up was that unearned run back in the 1st inning. He has settled in since. Also got some help from his field, Joe, because from his fielders, because both the 1st and 2nd inning, both of those innings ended with an inning-ending double play.
Yeah, and they'll lead off with Rocco. Rocco, such an impressive hitter. Great power. You can put it to left if need be, but the fact that Stockman struck him out in that first inning, I'd say Rocco's going to be pretty focused at this at bat.
He'll lead it off. 423 average coming in. Big left-handed swinger. Home run, 6 runs batted in. And he went down swinging back in the first. Lefty versus lefty. First offering high, 1-0.
Well, we talked about the ERA of Stockman at 2.42, but the even more impressive part is the opponent batting average against Stockman this year is .154.
1-0 pitch. There's a strike just above, took something off that, just above the belt. 1-1. Stockman gets that ball, and he's ready to deliver. Number off the very end of the bat. Pool cue down the third base line, foul.
But you know what? He saves that drop down 3/4 arm slot release to specific hitters, and sometimes
especially against the lefty.
Yep.
Especially against the lefty, and the key is not to use it all the time. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And Rocco goes down, 1 out.
Well, I got to tell you.
That was that slider, if you want to call it a slurve. Rocco has gone down twice now. 4th strikeout of the game for Stockman.
1 word, 2 syllables for that last pitch. Filthy. If you got Rocco striking out twice in a game, that pitcher has some movement.
Batter is Zahulka, the senior catcher, takes a big cut and miss. 1 strike. Zahulka, 4-6-3 double play, grounded into it to end the inning. Back in the first. 1 strike offering. That's a cross. Nothing in 2, and Stockman is really in a groove right now.
Some good velo, some good get up and go on that fastball.
0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. 3-pitch strikeout. 2 down. 5th strikeout of the game for Stockman. And boy, he's got a little late tail.
He does.
On that pitch as well. Screwball action. Technically not a screwball, but it's got a little tail that'll ride in on the batter. As Oleg Mueller, last hope here in the 4th. On the outside corner, another strike. Right now, Stockman is dotting the strike zone here for the Elks.
And, you know, here's the thing. If he's missing, that's the worst miss he's had this inning or the last 2 innings.
He's always right around the plate and has been most of the game. Oleg Mueller, a single back in the second. 1 for 1. Bounce it. Took a funny little hop as it hit the edge of the grass in the dirt, and it scooted in on Stoltman, but Stoltman made a nice reaction and able to make the play. And now that's 7 in a row set down by Stockman, back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. Rebels go down in order in the bottom of the 4th. We played 4, still 5-1 Elks here on QCTV Sports.
Hi. Can I get the now bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a now bar, please?
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a now bar?
Stop right there! Get down to the ground out here, Fire! Get down! Over your head! Now!
Pierre Pagé.
V2. Pierre Pagé. Yeah, that was awesome.
Elk River, we go to the top of the order here. 5th inning already. A quickly moving ball game. Both pitchers having good innings the last couple of innings. Of course, Ryan Oberstar in relief of Loven had a 1-2-3 inning against the Elks. He'll try to continue that. And obviously, it's Oberstar's duty here to try to keep the Rebels, keep this game at 5-1, keep it manageable, and maybe they can rally as we move to the 5th. Grebner, Van Drale, and Miles Hansen. 2, 3, 4 for the Elk River Elks.
The meat of that order for Elk River as they get their first run and first look here at Overstar.
Grebner a strikeout, reaching an air, scored in a wild pitch, an unearned run. Elks with a 6-3 record. Their losses came to Minnetonka at Veterans Field there, the fully turf field, so they were able to get that one in back on April 10th. As waving at that with the offer was Grebner, one strike. Lost to Osseo in a tight one, 2-1, and then lost their most recent game this past Tuesday to Centennial, 10-4. One strike. Curveball in on the hands. He goes the other way, popped up. This is going to land fair and in for a hit. Carlson, who was playing out the left field, a little bit towards the line to kind of guard against an opposite field down the line. He had a long run. It's basically just hit no man's land. Nobody could get to it. So a bloop base hit here for Grebner. He's on with his first hit of the game.
Yeah, Vin Scully might call that a promptly placed single in the left field.
Hit them where they ain't.
So let's see what transpires. Here's the impressive part this year also for Elk River. The pitching, the hitting, but the hitting's been timely. In fact, they are currently hitting .345 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, that's higher than their overall average of .292. You love to see that. Van Drale, the batter, a walk and a double. It's been on twice, scored 2 runs. Pitches high, snap throw down by Zahulka. And Oleg Mueller there holding with Grebner. Grebner dives back. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Van Drale with Hansen on deck.
Elk River, 24 stolen bases, 29 attempts.
Here's the 2-0, and it's blocked. Zahulka keeps it in front of him. Runner goes. Here's the throw, and actually hit the runner on the shin, and he kicks it out to left. And Grebner will end up at third. So that's going to go as a stolen base, then a throwing error, and that gets Grebner to third with nobody out, and a 3-0 count now to Van Drale. Second error charged in the game here tonight against Champlin Park fielders.
And there you get a case. Elk River, a team not content with just staying near the base and let things happen. They like to make sure they're running and creating some of that pressure.
There's a called strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch bounced wide of third. Coach Josh Juttonen's going to hear it from his dugout on that one. Did not play it cleanly.
Yep, as he should.
But he's worrying about other things out there other than he's got a runner at third base. I mean, he's got to deal with him too. So 3-2 here to Van Drale, trying to add to the Elk River lead. Little check swing foul towards the dugout this time on the first base side.
Well, he reciprocated and went after his teammates.
Yeah,
I think they kind of jaw-jacked a bit with their own coach.
Van Drale was standing up for his coach there. Check swing towards his dugout. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oberstar working from the wind with the runner at third. Delivers. Liner caught at second. Throw to third. That's a double play. Runner at third, Grebner, was down the line. He had gone a third down. He got caught in no man's land with the infield in. And Oxborough made the catch in a quick relay, 2 down, just like that.
I would have just probably been playing the middle anyway, since he put one down the third base line, one into the first base dugout. And there we go. Nice double play. Elk River has turned a couple of nice double plays. That's the first of the game here for the Rebels.
Third overall DP we've seen. Hansen bats with the bases empty, which hasn't been the case here tonight because he's knocked in a couple of runs, his 7th and 8th of the season. And he takes a breaking ball from Overstar, strike 1. 2 for 2 for Hansen. Run scored as well, a double and a single. Swings and misses there, 0-2.
Yeah, there you can see he's hitting .375. Came into the game, the junior did, hitting .391.
0-2. Foul back. And it'll stay 0-2 if Hansen gets on. Stockman is the due batter. Light starting to take a little bit of effect here in the infield grass. They have lights here for both varsity softball and varsity baseball. The 0-2 pitch inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's a nice feature. Not all schools have that. More and more schools seem to have that, though, now, especially amongst the bigger schools. Here's the 1-2 Oberstar, the wind and the delivery stays inside. Hansen brushed off a little bit, 2-2.
Yep, kind of dragged that elbow that time. Didn't get that slot that he wanted to get that thing to bend a little earlier.
2-2 outside. 3-2 with Stockman on deck.
Oh, by the way, we're going for our 4th half inning in a row of 3 up, 3 down.
Right. This wouldn't be traditional. He would have faced the minimum. 3-2, and he missed. Ball 4 to Hansen. First walk given up by Oberstar. Loven had walked 1 as well. Second walk given up by Champlin Park pitching tonight. Here is Sam Stockman with the runner at first and 2 down.
Well, Stockman certainly do. As you mentioned, 0 for 2, the top hitter on the Elks team here. And
it's a high fly ball. Got under that one. Right center field. It's the center fielder Schornstein waiting for it. Stockman is down, and so are the Elks. Oberstar's done a nice job. He's kept the Elks off the board after the Elks scored 5 in the first 3 innings with at least 1 run in each of the first 3 innings. He's kept them off the board here in this last 2 innings, his 2 innings of relief, as the Elks go down here in the top of the 5th inning. No runs, they get a hit, and they leave 1 on. 4.5, bottom of the 5th coming up. Elks 5, Rebels 1.
Yep, and you're right. He's kept them off balance, at least the Elk River hitters. And a good spinner. He's been able to get some great movement on the breaking pitches. And finishes well on that fastball. Has some great rotation and a little bit of a tail action there. So a good call here by the coaching staff at Champlin Park, as they brought him in top half of the 3rd.
Yeah, again, if you're just joining us, Loven started the game, went the first 3 innings, 3 full innings, all 5 runs charged to him, 3 of them earned, 5 hits, struck out 2, walked 1. Oberstar now has pitched the last 2 for the Rebels. No runs, given up 1 hit, struck out 2, and he has walked 1. Meanwhile, on the other side, Sam Stockman, he has gone the distance, starting his 5th inning of work here against the Rebels, and he's been solid. 4 innings pitched, the only run unearned, couple of hits in the first 2 innings, struck out 5, hasn't walked anybody, did hit a Rebel, and that's been it, and he's been in command.
He has. You mentioned he's retired those last 7 hitters. And meanwhile, he's come up with, what, a total of 3 strikeouts the last 6 hitters that he's faced.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he struck out the last one in the 3rd, and then, in fact, 3 in a row. Struck out the last out of the 3rd inning, Theraldson. Then he struck out Rocco and Zahalka to start the 4th. And he'll start here, the leadoff man, Ryan Oberstar, now doing the pitching, ball 1. Oberstar, Schornstein, and Carlson, the batters do here. Looks like we've got a hitter in his spot. This is 19 that's hitting, Ty McGee.
Correct.
Ty McGee hitting in this spot for Ryan Oberstar, and there's a called strike on 2-0. It's 2-1.
We saw McGee last Thursday when it was the catcher versus the Huskies.
And it's up high, 3 balls and 1 strike.
He went 0 for 3 in that game. Ground out to 3rd, to fly out to short, and then a strikeout.
Oberstar had struck out looking in his lone plate appearance. Called strike here, Stockman. Stockman not afraid, even if he's behind the count, if he's 3-0, 3-1, he'll throw an off speed or a breaking ball or something up there. He's just got that kind of confidence. Now he comes inside and he hit him. That one got away from him on the breaking ball, and McGee is on at first with a hit by pitch. Second one tonight.
Well, hey, get that first runner on.
Yeah,
now
on
let's
any way
see what
you can.
going.
There's nothing wrong with that. Top teams in the Northwest Suburban: Elk River 6-2, Champlin Park 5-1, Centennial 5-2, Anoka 4-2. Coon Rapids only has 1 conference loss, but they've only played 4 conference games. They're 3-1. And Schornstein bats, the sophomore center fielder. He was hit by a pitch. First pitch, a ball. That's a strike, and it evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Elks batting here the Rebels batting here in the bottom of the 5th inning. trailing at 5-1. Big cut and a miss by Schornstein, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that fastball, great angle from up here. Just dropped a bit, and it ran right in on his hands and couldn't get anything near it.
1-2 pitch. This hit the other way in the air, down the left field line, foul territory. And Galante won't be able to get it. It's out of play, and count will continue here at 1-2 strikes.
Yeah, that breaking pitch had a late bend on it. And that's what I love about this location, as you can see every nuance with those pitches.
1-2 pitch, and he chased. Swing and a miss, one down. Here's Nicholas Carlson. Sixth strikeout of the game for Stockman. And he's ready to fire. No pitch clock needed here for Sam Stockman tonight. He'd barely get the pitch clock going, and he's already pitching and throwing the ball.
Yep.
He likes to, and that's, you love to see that too. Throw over to first, McGee gets back.
I mean,
when you have the lead.
It doesn't take science also to tell you how much better your fielders.
Yeah.
Increase their fielding percentage when you have a pitcher ready to get to that toe the rubber and get ready to go. But you're right, he gets back up. Everything.
Even with the runner at first, even with the runner on, he works nice and quick. Pitch misses. 2 balls and 1 strike here.
He makes that quick throw, sidearm over to first, or a good slide step.
Pitch on the ground towards the hole. Over to get it, Hansen, the second baseman. He does, and his throw, it did not pull him off the bag. Stoltman kept his toe on there. The Rebel fans and the infield umpire will appeal to the home plate ump. And the home plate umpire confirms the call strike. Let's see if we get a replay on that. The throw by Hansen pulled Stoltman away from the bag. The key is, did he keep his toe on? Umpire said he did. Here's the play.
Gets a look, and at the last minute, he did.
Oh, yeah, he did. Good job by Stoltman at first base, keeping the toes on the bag to get the second out of the inning. McGee advances to second. And that'll leave it up here to Joseph Theraldson. And he'll foul it at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Top of the order, Brooks would bat if Theraldson can extend the inning in the Rebel half of the 5th.
Stockman does so well at moving the ball around. Rarely you get the same pitch at the same location.
0-2, popped up right side. It's going to slice towards the line. Johnson, long run, and it does land foul. So it's 0-2. Theraldson, a strikeout victim in his only plate appearance back in the 3rd inning. And we'll jog back to the plate here, as you also see McGee jogging back to second. Runner in scoring position. Champlin Park looking for a key 2-out base hit. Here's the 0-2.
Oof.
Just missed inside. 1-2. Just off the black of the plate.
Tried to sneak it in on his hands. And now let's see if just decides he's going to try to unleash a fastball upstairs and walk the ladder.
He sets at the belt. The 1-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it. Theraldson stays alive at 1-2.
That's some actually nice hitting by Theraldson that time just to get a bat on it. He placed that right on the outside part of the plate. Probably would have punched out for a 3rd strike if he didn't swing at it.
Stockman.
Breaking pitch here, I'll bet.
Just a junior. Here comes his 1-2 pitch. He did. He tried the back door. And Theraldson did not chase, did not clip the corner. Evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. McGee gets his lead. Elks not really worried about him. Another foul back, and it stays 2-2.
Hey, this at bat can bring a little swag to the Rebels here if they can get their number 9 hitter to reach. He's doing a great job of extending this at bat.
Brooks would bat here if Theraldson can continue the inning here. 2-2 pitch. Hits it on the ground. Diving play by Grebner at short. He won't have a play. It'll be an infield hit. And that'll extend the inning here for the Rebels. Runners at the corners, and the Rebels get their 3rd hit of the game.
That they do, and up comes Brooks. beautiful at bat. I'm telling you, Thorelson, you know, it may not come out in any highlight reel, but I mean, he was down in the account 0-2. Battled it back, couple of foul balls, and then got a slow ground ball to third, but that's what you want. You want to flip that lineup. And now you got Brooks. I mentioned last week against Andover, Brooks scalded 3 at bats to left center, right center, and he scalded 2 balls already here tonight.
Yeah, a double and then a well-hit kind of fly ball / liner to Johnson in right field, his last at bat back in the 3rd inning. Thorelson trying to keep him close there. 1st and 3rd. First pitch to Brooks is a called strike. You've got Stockman, a D1 pitcher, going up against Brooks, whose average coming into the game .538. So a good matchup here. 5-1 game. Nubber right back to Stockman. He'll toss it over to first, and he gets a big out. Brooks is done, as are the Rebels in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, they get a hit. They leave 2 on. We move on to the 6th here at Champlin Park High School. Still Elk River 5, Champlin Park 1, and it's high school baseball on QCTV Sports.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
All right, here comes Champlin Park out in the field. It'll be the Elks stepping up to the plate. They'll face Ryan Oberstar. They'll have Andrew Palm, Carter Galante, and Grant Stoltman. Steve Thompson is checked in here. I don't know if he heard your comments about him, but his quote of the day, and we should almost have
a Thompson quote of the day.
Oh, this is actually Steve Hamilton. This is the football coach from Elk River. I got my Steves mixed up. Steve Hamilton, Elk River football coach. State championship football coach.
Absolutely.
There's a called strike here to Andrew Palm. He's tuning in here today. He said, quote, "I guess they just let anybody do baseball games." He's talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he gives me a hard time about not doing enough football, and I'm Mr. Hockey. And there's a swing and a miss on the 0-2. Palm goes down. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 3-pitch strikeout.
Well, I just said before we came on the air, or for this inning, Palm's to the air. Palm's up because he was 2 for 2, and then you said Palm go down. So, hey, yeah, congratulations to Steve Hamilton. What a fabulous season.
They got quite a thing going there.
And who could forget that Andover game? I was watching both of the Andover coach, DeVellis, and also Coach Hamilton before the game have a long discussion, and both of those teams deserve to go to the state. But I'll tell you, Coach Hamilton and the Elks, wow, they put a run together, and congrats to the Elks on another state championship.
Carter Galante bats here. And Oberstar has done a nice job in relief. He's kept the Elks off the board, and that's what you ask of your relief pitcher. And he's ahead of Galante here. No balls and 2 strikes. That's a ball, 1-2. Galante grounded to first, and fielder's choice, 0 for 2 tonight.
If you look just how well Oberstar has really mixed things up.
1-2 pitch sharply on the ground, picked at third by Brooks, steps on the infield grass And he throws him out, 2 down. Brooks has made some nice plays. He had that one throwing error, but that came on the backside of a real nice short hop pick. And he made another nice play there for the second out of the inning.
God, what soft hands. And again, I know I've said it time and time again, but anybody can usually catch those ground balls that come up around the knees to mid-thighs. He catches those balls so well around his feet. And that's really a sign of a gifted fielder, at least infield-wise.
Strike here to Stoltman. RBI ground out back in the second inning. 0 for 2 here today. RBI number 5 for him. And it's 0-2.
It is just a spectacular evening here at Champlin Park High School.
Yep, variably clouds, no wind. It was sunny right up until game time. Another foul back, 0-2. Looked like there was activity over in all those softball fields on the other side of the high school. Baseball field here just north of the Rebel football field. 0-2. Little defensive swing into center field, and that'll bloop in for a hit. No chance for Shorenstein to get to that one. Good bit of hitting there by Stoltman. Just got a bat on it and kind of fought it off into center field, and a 2-out base runner here for the Elks.
Yep, Stoltman came in hitting just 214. Didn't give up on that ball. First, I think maybe just a little flustered, that had the spin. Kept his hands back and punched it into center field for the base hit.
That gives Delyden, the DH, an opportunity here to bat, the number 9 hitter with a runner on. First pitch is low, ball 1. Delyden, a ground out and a strikeout, 0 for 2.
And if he can get the base hit here, that'll allow Elk River to flip that lineup.
1 ball, 1 strike. Stoltman at first baseman Oleg Mueller holding with him there. Obastar leans in, gets his sign from his catcher Zahalka. 1-1 delivery, bouncer to the right side. Second baseman will have to deal with a runner. Does a nice job with the focus, and he throws him out at first. Delyden retired, and the Elks down in the top of the 6th inning. No runs, a hit. They leave 1. And we move to the bottom of the 6th. 5.5 here at Champlin Park High School in Brooklyn Park. 5-1 Elk River.
And they're going to be bringing up the Rebels. They're 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Games like this, you know, you just want to get a base runner on, see what you can do to change that tempo. But when you got a pitcher like Stockman, he comes out, just commands, gets to it. Little setback in that first inning, but I'll tell you, he's got that mindset and the focus of a surgeon. Just stays calm, cool, and gets his way through. Stockman, oh, by the way, last year was also the goalie for the Elk River hockey team.
Yep.
1 of 2. He actually ended up 7-8 on the season. The goals against a 3.86 and a save percentage of .880 and 1 shutout.
You know, you see the baseball and hockey correlation when it comes to a goalie. A lot of the goalies are also either catchers or first basemen. It has to do with the glove and the blocking and everything, so you see that a lot. But Stockman, as good of an athlete as he is, to see him play goalie, it's really kind of fun to see that, a pitcher playing the goalie spot. And, of course, they've got a beautiful new arena in Elk River that just opened a couple of years ago as well, now hosting all kinds of section championship games now. Perfect location as Chase Oxborough, off-speed pitch from Stockman. He waves at a 1 strike.
You know, the one thing I didn't do research on, and Coach Hamilton will probably have my head for this, is the number of players on this baseball team that are football players as well. I'm trying to go through it in my head to remember some of the lineups and the depth charts.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Maybe he'll text you back.
Pitch is up high, 2-1. Well, usually I get a chance. Usually the schedule works out that one of the games I do for Prep Bowl on 45 TV is the 5A championship. So I know I broadcast their earlier championship win, but this time I couldn't because they moved it to December, and St. Cloud State hockey played the same weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I did 2 games on Friday, then drove to St. Cloud for a Friday night hockey game against North Dakota, and then wasn't about to turn around. And because of schedule, there's no way I was going to be able to do the Elk River game because we had hockey the next night. This one is going to get, did it hit him or is it just inside yet? It's a 3-1 pitch, so ball 4 here to Oxborough. That's the first walk, first free pass other than the hit batsman here by Stockman. And Champlin Park at the bottom of the 6th trying to rally here. They do get the leadoff man on.
And he's got Rocco.
Rocco struck out twice, 0 for 2. Struck out swinging both times. He has struggled here in this lefty versus lefty. Stockman has had the advantage here these first 2 at bats. First one is outside, ball 1.
Mentioned Rocco, a .416 hitter coming into tonight's contest, and just an outstanding hitter.
1-0. There's a strike. 1-1.
And when you got a guy up there like Stockton throwing some filthy stuff, it's sometimes just tough to get a bat on the ball.
1-1 from Stockman. Breaking ball. Oh, he almost did the back behind the back catch.
Double play.
Ends up going to second, and it's an easy 4-3 double play. So Rocco, that's the 3rd double play in this game for Elk River. 6-3 technically here from the bag at second. And then the relay is actually fortunate for the Elks because if Stockman gets a piece of that, that probably blows that play up, and they probably don't get the double play. So it worked out that Stockman didn't flag it down. And the bases are now empty with 2 down for Zahalka. And the first pitch is ball 1 here to Zachary. It's a 6-3 double play.
Yep, the 3rd of the night turned by Elk River.
Nice. 1 ball to Zahalka, and that just missed. 2 balls and no strikes. Zahalka grounded into a 4-6-3 back in the first, and he struck out in the 4th. 0 for 2 tonight. Breaking ball coming in on the hands. He takes, and it does just clip the inside corner. 2-1.
Hey, Elk River on the field this season with a .945 field percentage. Not bad considering you're playing in some pretty adverse weather conditions.
Yeah. Soft fields, muddy fields, windy conditions. April was not good. We had those 4 days in a row of 80-degree temps, so that was about it for April for good baseball weather. Count is now full 3-2 to Zahalka. If he gets on, Oleg Mueller will bat. Champlin Park here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase that pitch outside the strike zone. Stockman gets Zahalka. And that's another strikeout here. Strikeout 7 of the game here for Stockman. And the Champlin Park Rebels send the minimum to the plate here in the 6th inning. We go to the 7th. We played 6, still 5-1 Elk River.
They are part of your community. They are your students. They are your teachers. They are your coworker. They are your friends and your family. They are experiencing homelessness. Understanding is the key to the solution. You can help them by giving them the benefit of the doubt, asking them what they need and how you can help them, acknowledging that you see them by sharing a smile. These little things go a long way to be seen and felt understood. They are part of our community and we are part of theirs. Homelessness will not go away without your help. To get help or to give help, visit our website.
We move to the 7th inning, and the Elk River Elks will bat here with a 5-1 lead, trying to make it 3 consecutive victories against Champlin Park going back to the last couple of seasons. Again, here in the Northwest Suburban, in the newly expanded Northwest Suburban. There was a time when they would play each team twice, or at least some of the teams twice. Those would be 1-point games, and then you'd play a team once, and that'd be a 2-point game. In fact, the last time that was the case was 2014. Champlin Park and Elk River played twice that year, 6-4, 7-1, but then with Totino Grace and some of these other teams that have come in, and Rogers, because of the expansion of the conference, they don't do the double round robin or have a scenario where teams play each other twice anymore in the Northwest Suburban Conference. The Elks have the top of the order in the top of the 7th. Bunker leads off, and he takes strike 1. Bunker tonight, a couple of strikeouts and a ground out, 0 for 3 here for Elk River.
Yeah, unusual performance, but for Bunker.
Couple of hops to second. Flag down, and Oxborough to Oligmuller. The big O's over there on the right side. Oxborough and Oligmuller here for the Rebels, 1 down.
Sounded like maybe a little bit of a German foreign exchange student team.
Right.
But 1 down.
Logan Bunker, by the way, was their starting running back and linebacker on the Elks championship team.
Should have known that.
Delighton started linebacker. Grant Stoltman was the long snapper and backup quarterback.
And I figured he'd get a response. That's great. Thanks, Coach Hamilton. I'm disappointed I didn't have that off the top of my mental hard drive.
He often enjoys making me sound smart when he knows that it's him feeding me the information. And I need a lot of people to make me sound smart. It takes a team at the university level, really. There's a fly ball for Grebner. He's retired. 2 up, 2 down, and that'll leave it up here to Owen Van Drale for the Elks, the number 3 hitter. He's had a walk, a double, 2 runs scored. Grounded into a lined out into a double play back in the 5th inning. We've had a lot of double plays here, 1 for Champlin Park, and Elk River has turned 3 here tonight.
Well, filthy-looking breaking pitch there from Oberstar.
Oberstar's done a nice job. He's been sharp. He has kept it 5-1. He has been the epitome of a relief pitcher, middle relief, long relief.
I have
and now
him
he's
just
0-2 to Van Drale.
Yeah, I have him just surrendering 1 hit and 1 walk since he arrived in the 4th.
No balls and 2 strikes. Be 2 hits. He gave up a hit to Stoltman, and he also gave up a hit to Grebner. So Oberstar starting his 4th inning of work here. No runs, 2 hits. Struck out 3 and has walked 1. And he's retired the first 2 here in the 7th inning. 0-2 to Van Drale. Little looper to second, and Oxborough just a little leap as he flags it down just before it made it into right field. And Oberstar, 1-2-3, retires the Elks in order, keeps it a 5-1 game as we go to the bottom of the 7th.
Nice play at second. Oxborough that time climbs the ladder and pulls it down for that 3rd out. And they've been playing some great D as well behind Oberstar, as you mentioned. No runs surrendered, just 3 hits.
2 hits.
Oh, so I was right. Oh, no, I said 1
you
before.
Said 1, yeah.
So
that's
just the
right.
2 hits, but nonetheless,
Elks
he has
have
shut
7 as
down.
a team. 7 hits as a team here for the Elks. But that's what you ask of the relief pitcher, Joe, like we said, is the fact that you come in and your team's down 5-1. What's the best thing that relief pitcher can do? Keep it 5-1 or keep the other team at 5, and that's exactly what he's done. He's given his team a chance to come back. They just haven't been able to figure out Sam Stockman here as he steps out on the rubber here to start the bottom of the 7th to try and finish this one off.
Yeah, there's a little need to know by Joe for you on Stockman tonight. He has had at least 1 strikeout in each inning as we start the 7th. Picked up a couple of them in that 4th inning.
Oleg Mueller is the batter here to lead off the inning for the Rebels. They need 4 to tie. Oleg Mueller, a single and a ground out, is one of the 3 hits here for Champlin Park tonight. Second pitch is a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Stockman winds and delivers, check swing foul at the plate. 1-2. It's Oberstar's spot in the lineup, and then Shorenstein will follow after that. And it does appear it's Oberstar who's in that on-deck circle after McGee had hit for him last time. A little pop-up to shallow center. Bunker, and it's going to be the shortstop, Grebner. As head coach Jundon said, Grebner's been playing a whale of a shortstop for his club, and he is able to catch up to it in shallow center field, one down.
Pitcher number 26, Ryan Oberstar.
Good jump. Hey, and when it's off the end of the bat, it can be such a tough ball to read off the bat. A key first out here for.
One strike here to Oberstar, fouled that one back. Oberstar's only other plate appearance. He struck out looking back in the second inning.
Full moon has been arising.
Is it full? Or is it
or
waning?
What is the name?
Is it a waning gibbous? Here's a little blooper to right field, and that's in for a hit. Fourth hit tonight against Stockman here for the Rebels, and a one-out base runner. Oberstar is his first hit of the night.
A nice piece of hitting there by Oberstar. Rarely can you ever say it was a pitch that typically you won't see. Sam, just leave those things up. You have to go out and put a good swing on the ball, and that's what Oberstar did.
May 4th, it's a waxing gibbous.
Yep, I thought I had that.
Full moon tomorrow.
I thought that's what they called my ear infection last month, but
that was de-waxing.
I'm sorry,
gibbous.
You're right.
Because they had to stop the waxing, so they had to de-wax. Did they do the candle thing?
You know, I don't know why they thought a drill was necessary, but
auger.
Apparently,
Call that an auger.
Yeah. You see,
1 ball and 2 strikes here to Schornstein.
The man around medicine.
Hit by a pitch. And
join him on a new podcast.
And struck out. Swing and a miss.
Oh, good pitching.
And Schornstein goes down, and the Rebels are down to their final out. 8th strikeout of the game for Stockman in his 6 2/3, trying to pick up his second win of the season. Carlson bats. Stockman ready almost immediately, swing and a miss. Carlson grounded into a double play and grounded out. He's 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs. That missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I mean, you love the technique that Stockman has in the release because he makes pitching look so effortless, but it comes out of there with some great velo, some great snap.
That's a low and in, 2-1.
Great extension.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Bottom of the 7, line to center, and that'll bounce in front of bunker. So a couple of hits here this inning. Oberstar and now Carlson, 2 on, 2 out. Still 5-1. Theraldson will bat. Second hit of the inning. And a 5th hit of the game. 2 of them coming this inning for Champlin Park. Theraldson 1 for 2. He singled his last at bat. Also a strikeout tonight. First pitch swinging, popped up right field line. Johnson, long run, and he tracks it down and makes the catch in foul territory.
Wow,
and
what
that'll
a catch.
end the game. Nice job by Johnson. Long running catch, and he is able to track it down. And the Elks win this one. Champlin Park goes down in the 7th. No runs, 2 hits. They leave 2 on, and our final here tonight, Elk River 5 and Champlin Park 1. Joe, your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, you know what? Those first few innings, they exchanged punches, but it was really a crooked number that Elk River put up in that 3rd inning that really kind of distanced them from the Rebels. And then all we saw from Stockman tonight was what you see game in and game out. Consistency around the plate, controls the temper, controls the hitter, and just an outstanding performance. 8 strikeouts and no earned runs tonight in 7 innings for Stockman and Elk River.
Yep, Stockman gets the win. He's 2-1 on the season, 7 innings. Gave up just the 1 earned run. Gave up 5 hits, struck out 8, walked 1, hit a couple of batters. Again, 2-1 on the season. Meanwhile, Loven ends up taking the loss here in the game tonight. Jack Loven, he went the first 3 innings, gave up all 5 runs, 3 earned, 5 hits, struck out 2, walked 1. Oberstar came in and was excellent in relief. 4 scoreless innings, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. He walked 1, but the Rebels just unable to get anything going against Sam Stockton. Just that 1 run here tonight. Elk River 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They leave 3. And Champlin Park, 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors. They leave 6. You look at our upcoming schedule right here on QCTV. Some softball and a little bit of lacrosse as well.
Lacrosse on the 8th and over at Champlin Park. That'll be a tremendous matchup. Fast pitch comes their way with Rogers at Anoka. That'll be on the 11th. And meanwhile, the 10th, again, some more lacrosse. Andover taking on Anoka. Then it's boys lacrosse. Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids at Andover. That is on the 16th.
Elk River getting their 7th win of the season here tonight with this 5-1 win, improving to 7-3, 7-2 in the Northwest Suburban. Champlin Park falling to 5-3 overall, 5-2 in the conference. Elk River Friday, tomorrow, St. Cloud at Dick Putz Field, then Owatonna and Little Falls at Joe Faber Field on Saturday. Their next conference game at Andover on Tuesday. And Champlin Park next up for them. They play tomorrow. They host Ricori. That'll be right here at Champlin Park. Then they go to Sartell on Saturday. Their game scheduled at River Falls Monday has been postponed. Their next conference game hosting Totino Grace here at Champlin Park High School on Tuesday. For the whole crew, Ryan in the truck doing a wonderful job. No Taylor for this one. We didn't have Taylor, but boy, did Ryan step in nicely. We got to be proud of Ryan.
It was, and it wasn't Taylor-made. It was Ryan-made.
It was Ryan-made, definitely. Thanks to the entire crew working in this beautiful weather. I know it was arduous and it was tough working in beautiful weather like we had here, and but they were able to persevere through it. So thanks to the crew. Thanks to you, Joe. Again, our final score. Elk River beats Champlin Park High School baseball tonight 5-1. For Joe Rulin, I'm Jim Erickson. Have a good night. You've been watching high school baseball on QCTV Sports.